Hello YouTube, only me again. Just updating, frets are done. And Zip pointed out something, made a comment, and I think I should say something about that. That's quite right, I missed a step out there. Anybody watching this learning how to do frets, I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't no expert. I don't do this for a living, I just do this for a laugh, for fun. I enjoy doing it. Okay, so let's tell you about that. I'll show you the frets first. Like, they're done, they're polished, they're crowned. They're all shiny. Can you see some shine going on? Yes you can. There's some shine. Look. So they're all rounded over, polished. Nice, done. Okay, so first thing you got to do is, if you're doing a guitar, frets, is make sure that the truss rod works. That's the first thing you got to do. If the truss rod don't work, next a load of rubbish, throw it in the bin. Okay, so there's the first thing. The next thing, before you start doing the frets, this is what Zip said to me, and he's quite right. I didn't tell you this, I didn't say this, but you got to make sure that the neck is dead straight, dead flat, and for that you're going to need one of these, a straight edge of some kind. This is my one, and this has got two different scales on it. One's the Fender scale, one's the Gibson scale, which is like the 25.5 and 24.75. This is the Gibson. So you put that on there, put it onto your neck, and then if you shine a light behind it, and if it's bowing one way or the other, you've got gaps underneath, you've got to straighten your neck out. So then you're going to get on with your truss rod, adjust it up until it's straight, then you can start doing your frets. That's that. So that's that. And you can see where your high frets are and your low frets and all that sort of thing. Get yourself a good fret rocker. I bought one off eBay and it was a pile of old shit. So I bought a proper one. This is a proper one. This cost a little bit more than the cheap ones on eBay do. But that's that come from, again, I know I sound like an advert for Crimson Guitars, but they are in the UK where I live, so that's the firm we use. There's obviously in America you've got that StewMac firm, and there's others, I'm sure. But that's a good fret rocker. That's a lovely straight edge. I mean, these tools are quite expensive to buy, but you know, if you're doing this, if you've got a few guitars and you're doing it, there you go. You're going to need a few of those. So there's your straight edge. You've got to make sure your neck's flat first. It's got to be totally flat and straight. Then you can crack on, tape up. Next piece of advice is use good tape. This blue stuff is good, it's thick, and it don't, when you rub the file over it, it doesn't tear it and all that sort of thing. If you use the cheapo pound shop one, which is usually looks like that, it'll just tear and get damage your thing. Depends what sort of finish you're going for, obviously, but anyway, that's that. Then you do the fret, you know, up and down, what I said on the earlier video, up and down with your fret file. Again, that's a Crimson one. They make all these in England. Handy, little firm like that, you know. And yeah, so I was at the guitar show a couple of months back, and they were there, and they had a stand there, and there was, you know, I met all the people there. They were all cool guys, actually, real cool people. And I bought these. These are, so when you've done your frets, and then you've levelled them, and then you want to crown them, so you crown them with your crowning file. There's your crowning file, like I showed you earlier, your triangle file. There are other versions of that. You can do, there's different versions. That funny one with the it's rounded over inside. Whatever you want to use, it's up to you. And then you've got the you want to round over the tops. There's different ways of doing that. Now, the old-fashioned way is go through the grits of sandpapers. Different sandpapers, 600. I started today at 180. 240 all the way up to 2000. So you can use that, different grades of sandpaper. You can do it with get a piece of like an old credit card or something, an old store card, whatever you got, flap it up and down like that, and that'll round over the tops. Go through all the grits of your sandpaper, that rounds them over, polishes them up. Or you can, when I was at the show at the guitar show, Southern England Guitar Show, here we go, I was at the Crimson stand, and we had these, and these are fret rubbers, and it's like a rubber eraser material with grit in it. And you know, this is the coarse one. They come in 4 different grades. There's the coarse one, there's the medium, then there's the fine, and the super fine. And that's just like a little rubber. You just rub that over your frets, and that polishes them up. If where's that one there? And it kind of creates a groove in the rubber as you're going, and so that kind of goes round the shape of your fret, and as you're rubbing up and down, it's polishing. And then to finish off what I do, I mean, a lot of people use different kinds of polish. Never Dull is the one in, I think, in America or Canada. That's what Davey uses. I use this stuff because that's all I can get, and it's like a little wadding cloth stuff. And you rub it over your frets, then you polish it off with the old rag. There's your rag. There you go. Done. And hopefully you'll have a nice fret job. Words of wisdom here. If you've never done it before, don't be doing this on your best Les Paul or your best, 1962 Stratocaster. If you're learning how to do this, like I learned how to do this off of YouTube, if you're learning how to do it and messing with it, either go on eBay and buy some old banger cheap guitar, or go to your local pawn shop, see what old lumps of shit they got lying around in there. As long as it's cheap, have a go, and if you fuck it up, it doesn't matter. That's the way I started doing it. I bought a load of cheapo rubbish, do them up, see if you can do it. And that's the way I've learned how to do it. So that's that. It's done advertised in, Proxy Minicad firm. There you go. So that's how it is. That's how it's ended up right now. So the next job is, you've got to get a nut. So I've got to go and order a couple of nuts. And there they are. There's the frets all nice and shiny. Yeah. So I'm happy with that. That'll do for today. Got to go work now. Good luck, everyone. Be lucky.